Alright, so it's the Monday after Easter. Got my 4 potato bags, Red Norland, Yukon, and I'm drawing a blank on the other one right now. Anyway, these are my 4 bags of those. They're doing really well. In fact, this one was doing so well I took 2 out and I planted it across the garden. But I have 2 cucumber started right here. They're going to go up a rope right here. Starting to cautiously, I have sweet pumpkin here, pie pumpkin, and a winter squash. I have another pie pumpkin that'll go here and another winter squash that'll go here. But I like to let the first one set, see how it goes, then a couple days later put the second one in case something happens. I spread them out. So these are my biggest 2. The second biggest of each will go out later, and they'll climb the trestle. All right, and over here there'll be 4 spots for different peas and beans that go up. I don't want a ton of any, but just a little of each. All right, this is holding up now for peppers. Unless I change my mind, I can always change my mind before I plant. Here I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 heads of lettuce. And 1, 2, there's 3 garlic. And I just put an onion there. Oh, you can't quite see it, but there's an onion right in there. So this is mainly a lettuce bed. This bed has 2 rows of strawberries. You can see a little bit of strawberry here and here. And once they come up a little bit higher, I'm going to put some leaves in there to cover it. But since the strawberry bed's got a little slow going this year, I'm actually moving the sunflowers to this bed. So I've got 1, 2, and there's a 3rd sunflower. I'm going to start today 4 and 5 in the house. I like to stagger the sunflowers. And they will be in the hot box. The lid's on the back there. So I'm going to cover that. There's a little light rain that's coming tonight, so I thought I'd leave it off. Here's my second little bed. This has a whole bunch of Big E leaf lettuce. This one I don't think is going to make it, but these 2 are doing great. These will be ready very early. And all this is little lettuce wanting to come up and join the party. It's a little bit thick, but that's what it is. And then I'm leaving this, where you see the wood chips, I'm intentionally leaving this strip, because as this fills in with lettuce, I'm going to do a row of lettuce right here that'll come in a little bit later. I've got, I'm forgetting the name, but these 2 are the low acid, basically cherry tomatoes, but the low acid kind here. Those 2 are the big boys, and I've got, they're all indeterminate, so I've got these nice tall thick poles that I'm going to run the rope back and forth to trussle them up. Because they're indeterminate, I'm going to try to get them all the way to the top this year and see how much I can go. Now this is left open, that's yet to be determined. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. It was all sorted and labeled and my kids knocked it down, so I don't know exactly what's what yet, but that'll go. I'm saving this here. This might be another row of peppers across this side here. This one's already planted. I've got garlic, 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 and down the center row. All these down here, 1, 2, 3 rows of onions. So I've got 1, 2, 3 rows of onions, a big row of garlic, and again here some more lettuce. This is you can tell there's a different kind. I want the lettuce to come in. I want to be able to give away a lot of lettuce this year, and I want to be able to trim whole heads. This, nothing has been done with yet. It's totally open space, so I can't wait to work with that. Now over here, I've got now these potatoes. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can just barely see 6 here. These 6 potatoes I planted directly into the soil. So I'm doing a comparison between this bed and the bags. I got 2 different kinds of bags. The bags have been moved around. These have been under here. They were under the hoop house cover during the snows, but these were planted directly into the soil. You can see there's a couple squash that I planted in there that I'm just going to kind of let go around. I'm not going to let those get too big. And then over here, these really excellent looking heads here. These are potatoes that were actually growing in the bag, and they all were coming up too well. So I just took them out of the bag and I moved them over here. And again, I have some more greens here. I want to say those are radishes, but again, my kids knocked over my labels of what was what in the seedlings. And yeah, I've got some grass I got to clean up there, but these are my beds thus far. Oh, and the currants are coming in nicely. And for my wife and mother, I went ahead and instead of expanding the currants one more, I've got the non-useful flowers in here. Those will be there for for the bees, I guess. And actually, we got one volunteer strawberry coming up because I had strawberries here last year. Oh, I just saw some lightning, so I think I'm gonna go in. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, this is. I was holding the potatoes before. Gold Rush. That's the other kind of potato I couldn't think of. Red Norland Gold Rush. Had them in here to dry out a couple days, but that's where we are thus far in the garden.